Founder of the Bisexual Resource Center. We all, thank you. By the way, I usually speak a lot, so this is a nice to remember.
I am also from the Boston area, or I live there now. I'm actually from New York, but I live in the Boston area. I've lived there for over 25 years, and the Bisexual Resource Center was one of the very first things I found when I moved to the city there. So, and they are a stalwart part of our community, and they're way beyond just a book publisher, or, I mean, can't even speak about how fantastic the Bisexual Resource Center is. And when I was flat broke and couldn't contribute monetarily, I went and licked envelopes when I could, things like that. And we need one in every city. So those of you who are not from New York, please consider going home and starting one at your place. And someday you can be winning one of these awards for publishing a great bisexual book. Because I should say something about Circlet Press, though. But the Bisexual Resource Center is so much more interesting. Circlet Press has been around for now 24 years. I started it because there was nobody publishing the kind of work that I wanted to read and that I was writing, which was erotic science fiction. And as it turns out, a lot of what erotic science fiction has in it is a lot of bisexuality and gender queerness and things that don't fit in the normal categories. And so that's what we do. And then as it turned out, that wasn't even enough. And so I started an imprint to do things that are even further out of the categories, and that's Aggressive Press. So I couldn't do it without the wellspring of energy that comes from the bisexual community year after year. So thank you all for all your creative energy.
The final award, the Bywriter of the Year. And these two awards are, I choose the finalists, well, I told you the criteria for the Publisher of the Year, but the Writer of the Year, I choose based on feedback from the judges and my own reading. And sometimes the importance of a particular book historically to the community. When, someone like Charles Blow, who everyone's seen on television and in the New York Times, publishes a memoir saying that, they have had feelings for both men and women. So, this is my list. Best Buy Short Stories, edited by Sheila Lambert. Okay, what did I say? I thought it was a good book. And the whole community participated in it and contributed to it. Bunch of great writers. A Cup of Water Under My Bed, a memoir by Daisy Hernandez. Fire Shut Up in My Bones by Charles M. Blow. Memoirs of a Gigolo, second omnibus, volumes 5 through 7 by Olivia Ellis, which is not only sexy but funny as hell. Okay, Not My Father's Son, a memoir by Ellen Cumming. And Recognize the Voices of Bisexual Men, edited by Robin Knox and H. Sharif Williams, as I said, Dr. Harakuti. So, it just has a lot of varietals of names. So, okay, let's see the winners. Like I don't know. By Writer of the Year, Robin Ox and Dr. Harakuti, editors of Recognize the Voices of Bisexual Men.
Oh, I'm not even gonna bother.
Award. You made a sweep. And the reason is, I think all the judges recognize that this is a very important book. It's a very important book. It's very diverse. There is so much in it that speaks to me And, you know, everyone, when we were studying it in the My Book Club, it spoke to everyone. It sparked, you know, just constant discussion. You know, there was never a dull or quiet moment in the My Book Club reading that book. So, this is very well deserved. Here you go.
I came to the project secondarily. This was actually Robin's idea, and I came on board to help and support because I thought this was so important. And to give you an example, so Charles Blow and I had been Facebook friends for a while. Didn't know that he was actually publishing his work, and I don't think he knew I was publishing with Robin this. And so I started to get those notices on the web about, ooh, Charles Blow comes out as bisexual. I'm like, wait a minute. Charles and I are Facebook friends. We've spoken maybe a couple times. I didn't know that. And so the need to recognize each other, to men of African descent, sexually fluid men who had some connection and didn't know how similar we were. In the places where we go, the speaking, what have you, over and over again, what we're hearing is really about people recognizing each other and recognizing themselves in each other. We talk over and over again about how much anthologies mean to people. Like, people can go back to an anthology that really has spoken to them. And so to the degree that our community experiences such high rates of suicide and suicidality, although trans women are dying in the streets, bisexuals are dying in the homes, that we need continually to produce work that helps to save our lives, that helps to get us to recognize each other, to help us to get to recognize ourselves and others, so that perhaps we can live at least one more day to the next day, to the next day, to the next day. And so thank you again for this recognition, and really this is about us saving ourselves. We are the ones that we've been waiting for.
On the topic of all of the books that were finalists, I strongly encourage y'all to help get these books out into the world. As we all know, books that deal with bisexuality have a hard time even getting published in the first place, never mind getting attention, getting publicity, getting recognized. And for that reason, please ask your libraries to get these books. Ask your friends to buy these books. Tweet about it, Facebook about it, write about it, talk about it. Just really help spread the word, because there is so much value in us putting our voices out into the world, and we need to do that for ourselves. We need to do that for our own health. We need to do that for our own survival. So thank you, everybody. This has been a very surprising evening. Thank you.
Get your card later. It's worth keeping on a day like this. Okay. I really want to thank everyone for coming and making this event special by your presence. And I want to once again thank our volunteers, our large cadre of judges who all over the country, Canada, all over the world, and other countries, and could not, make it here, but put in a lot of effort to make this all happen. Reading, analyzing, deliberating, and judging for an amazing evening.
Thank you.
I'll see you over at Malibu.
This song is called American Daydream.